Championship. The Rowan Profs playing host to the Ospreys of Stockton University. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ed Bank, along with Tad Kazanowski. Very happy to be here at Rowan University. Tad, Rowan Stockton. It's the third of maybe even 4 meetings between these two teams. It's been all Rowan so far.
The first game in this gym, though, was a one-point game, won by a senior at the buzzer. Now, the difference in the second game was Stockton really relies on their three-point shooting. They only shot 13% from the three-point line, Ed, in that second game, and that was why the score had a big disparity in the second game.
Stockton had to get here with a gutty win over William Patterson in the semifinals. William Turner had a big game, 26 points, and Tad Brendan Fagan, the senior, playing on a bad ankle. He's setting a great example.
If Fagan had to sit out a game, he played that game injured, and he's the leader of this team. He's the point guard. He's the one in charge of getting the ball up the floor, getting it to the certain players around the field. If he has a good game tonight, Stockton should be in good shape.
As for the Profs, well, they come in at 24-1, ranked second in the nation in Division III basketball. They had a big game, a big win over New Jersey City, 72-60, but head coach Joe Cassidy called it ugly. The Profs know they have to play better tonight. And
you can almost see it by the way they came out here in their warm-ups. A lot of teams come out real loose in their warm-ups. Rowan was businesslike. Even now, their warm-ups, they were practicing plays out here in front of the gym, in front of everybody, so they really have a business-like atmosphere tonight.
Well, both teams ready to get down to business. The winner taking the NJAC championship and perhaps the top seed in the Mid-Atlantic region of the upcoming Division III NCAA tournament. The crowd is still filing in here at Rowan University, and Tad, as usual, the Stockton fans have made the trip.
Stockton fans are here. They're loud. They're proud. They're having a good time. They've already came up and said hi to us, so they'll be ready.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. The Stockton Ospreys just being introduced. It'll be Brendan Fagan in the backcourt at one spot. Fagan, as you mentioned, playing on that bad ankle. At the other guard spot, it'll be David Brathwaite from Atlantic City High School. William Turner, the forward, who had a big game in the semifinals at one spot. Conrad Burnside, the other forward. And back in the starting lineup will be John Mole. He was coming off the bench in the last meeting between these two teams. That's a look at Stockton. Let's take a look at the Profs of Rowan University. It'll be Brian Bouchard in the backcourt, along with Rajan Odom, who hit the game-winning basket against Stockton on this very court last month. B.J. Johnson is at one forward position. John Randall at the other forward spot, and at center, the big man, Maurice Davis. And Tad, Davis had a big game, and he'll have to pick up the slack because Larry Bland, their sixth man, is not here tonight.
Bland, who usually comes off the bench, is not in the building, and that's going to be something that the Rowan team's going to have to do here without the Glassboro resident, so that's going to put a little pressure on him tonight.
Tad, you mentioned it, and we've talked about it, Jerry Matthews, he said, hey, he's sick of losing to these guys, and he's seen it twice this year, and even though this has been a close rivalry, for the most part, it's been one-sided this decade.
It's been all Rowan for the most part. You remember that first game you saw here at TSM in this building, Stockton took them to the wire.
Well, we have our own Mickey V giving you sideline reports throughout the telecast. Let's hear from Mickey V and see what he's got in store. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks, Ted. I spoke to Coach Joe Cassidy. He said, well, as Tad mentioned, they didn't shoot well three-point-wise last night, but also the keys, they're going to mix up their defense because Stockton really couldn't handle that zone. Spoke to Coach Matthews and said, well, Rowan's expected to win, which could be in their favor. He hopes they're prepared. He hopes to make it a competitive game. Back to you guys.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. The players are ready, and Tad K is ready. He will have play-by-play in the first half. Go ahead, Tad.
Thank you very much, Ed. Rowan in the home gold, Stockton in the visiting black, and they will take possession first, as Fagan will run the point guard duties, challenged by Bouchard. See if they can increase their three-point shooting tonight. Fagan on a fake and a 10-footer, yes.
And he is playing on a bad ankle. You can't tell it by the way he has played. Now, the clock is at 0 here. Looks like we have a problem with the clock. We have one of the best clock operators in the business, and Dr. Fred Bradley here at Rowan, something I'm sure beyond his control.
All we can tell you, it is 2-0. That is correct on the scoreboard.
That's not the final score either, despite what you see on the time.
Kind of an interesting game here, Ed. This game is not sold out here at SB Gym. I think a lot of the home fans kind of taking this game for granted.
It is a little difficult if you look at the fact that these teams play so much. Let's watch Fagan again here first. Nice pump fake inside, and he hits the shot. It's difficult because
they're trying to find it. They're trying to find it, Ed, if they know in the truck at what time it was.
You know what? The gentleman in the truck, the official standing right here, the gentleman in the truck know that. We'll try and get the information relayed to us at what time into the game that basket was scored. So we will ask the good folks in the truck to take a look at that for a second while we get things situated.
I'm sure it can't be more than a second or two. But again, a big problem here to start. They're waiting for us here to check, and we'll be able to relay that on to the officials here in a second. So
I can tell you our crew in the truck is working very hard right now. They will get it for you. They are checking the time for us right now. As the official is standing right over us, Tad. We feel very powerful at this point.
We might as well identify the officials while we have a chance. Rich Gialella, Joe Lindsay, and Fabian Alessandro are referees here tonight. And again, if you're just tuning in, a bucket hit by Brendan Fagan makes the score 2-0. They're getting an update now from our guys in the truck. Any second now, we should have the official time. And the teams are going to go to the bench right now to talk things over with their coach. Again, your coach for Rowan, Joe Cassidy. Stockton's coach, Jerry Matthews. In the playoffs, as we mentioned coming into this one, Rowan comes in with a win off of Jersey City, a game they won 72-60. Stockton.
Okay, we have the time, 15 seconds from the basket we have, so now the officials go back to work. And folks, in case you're not aware of this, and in fact we weren't before we came in, there is a rule in the NCAAs in a situation like this, as we see Joe Cassidy, is that what the officials will do if it is a televised event is they will go to our truck. So they'll be checking for us for replays, and if unfortunately any fisticuffs come about, it's under review thanks to what you see at home.
So after further review, we start with the time listed there. Rowan's first possession, they trail it 2-0. Odom inside to the big man. Now they'll set up their offense, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Great defense for Stockton. Great denial, knocked down by Mole. Stockton right back at him. Burnside, who was hot in the second game. Turner from 10, no. Well, Anno beats Rowan ball. Good effort underneath by Davis.
That's a poor shot by Turner. Stockton so far, they have to be happy with their start. Fagan hits the shot, good defense on the other end, but they have to be smart with their shot selection.
2-0 Stockton. A pass goes off the rim. Bouchard picks it up. Three-pointer in the corner. Johnson is good. B.J. Johnson for three.
And Bouchard made that play because he the rebound. He came charging in. Three Ospreys looked at him. They'll give him a 2 on that, actually, but Bouchard made the play. He charged in, and as a result, he was able to get the second chance.
Going to have a turnover and a travel right in front of Joe Cassidy.
The key to the second game with these two teams is the way Stockton couldn't handle a switch by Rowan. They're so used to seeing a man-to-man for the Props. Watch this again right here. Watch the play inside coming up. And you see the defense right here. One thing that Stockton isn't used to is a zone that Rowan threw at them. They were totally caught off guard. They had open shots. Normally you don't want to zone Stockton because they hit their shots. Now they've changed it again, Tad. Now they give him a three-pointer. So we've had 2 baskets and 2 delays.
So give it a 3 for B.J. Johnson. The referee did put his hands up in the air. They just didn't give it to him on the scoreboard. So Rowan with the ball, 1-point lead. Nice play inside. Just able to catch that ball was Johnson.
Stingy defense by the Ospreys inside. They will do a lot of double teaming and triple teaming, especially when Maurice Davis gets the ball.
Fagan is fouled by Bouchard. He'll pick up his first.
Boy, Brendan Fagan doesn't look like he has a bad ankle, does he? He's got that burst to the basket going tonight. Watch it again. See with that quick step, it's his left ankle that's bothering him, so his right ankle, which he usually pushes off of to start the drive, is still intact, so he's able to get that thrust to the basket.
So Stockton will set it up again. 18 minutes to go first half. They trail at 3-2. High offensive output team. There's a travel against Fagan. Very surprising, Ed, in the second game between these two teams. Such a low-scoring game at 61-49.
Joe Cassidy called his team's win on Wednesday ugly. Wants to see a better effort tonight. Knows they have to play better.
Bouchard off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Turner. Burnside picks it up. Brathwaite. And he turned it over.
So the Props get the turnover right here. And there was a lot of talk, just getting back to our point about them playing a third time, that how much does the conference championship mean? These teams could very well meet again next week in the NCAA tournament, and some people say that maybe a third meeting for a conference title takes a little luster off, and I don't buy it. Rowan Stockton's always a good matchup.
Randall kicks it back out. Odom. Kaboom. Two-pointer for Odom.
One thing the Profs do not do is they do not panic. They settle into their game. If things don't go well for them early on, they're a smart team. They figure out what they have to do, and they have too many good scorers. They have balanced scoring. Somebody starts knocking down shots.
Working it around the perimeter. Brathwaite for two.
He was ice cold in Pomona last week. Starts out, first shot, swishes it home. He's been in a shooting slump, only had 8 points in the semifinal.
Really struggled, too, Ed, in that second game. Shot 2 for 10 from the three-point line, and there's a foul there. That's Turner on the foul. That's his first.
Watch it again, and Turner coming in, just a little bit of a reach right there. Fisher's calling it tight early on.
Tough basket there. A block by Mole. Back in, converted by Johnson, who now has 5.
B.J. Johnson is so quick on the second chance. He's got tremendous ability to get back up in the air as soon as he comes down.
Burnside all the way, and a foul. It'll be an offensive foul. Nice job at taking the charge by Maurice Davis.
Burnside beats his man, and watch, Davis is right there. Got there in time, just enough. You see it right there. He had the position. Good call.
7-4, the Profs of Rowan lead it. They have the ball with 6:12 to play first half. So far offensively, Davis really hasn't gotten the flow of the game until now. Misses that shot off the glass, rebounded by Burnside.
And again, 3 Ospreys surrounding him every time he touches the ball.
Brathwaite stolen away by Johnson. Here's a 2-on-1. Bouchard gets it back in. Johnson, new. Davis had it and lost it. Mole knocked him right off his feet. Here's a 3-on-2. Brathwaite is fouled beforehand.
Brathwaite could have given that one up. He had Conrad Burnside open. He does draw the foul, and it looks like that man pick it up, but we talked about smart decisions. Stockton's got to make him. Watch Brathwaite coming in right here. He's got a man open, but you see the defense and the foul right there by Odom. Stockton fortunate right there.
Terrence Williams into the game for Rowan, a junior from Burlington City, New Jersey. Nice backdoor pass. Burnside knocked down. Good defensive play by Johnson.
You mentioned from Burlington City, a heavy South Jersey influence between these two teams.
Stockton will set things up, trailing at 7-4. Burnside goes inside. Turner kicks it back out. Burnside, tough shot. Mole had it. It's rebounded by Odom.
That's, again, a situation where if you're Burnside, you got to decide to shoot right away. Hesitated and then had the defender.
Nice bucket by John Randall on the hook.
The Profs looking to run a little bit more to get the numbers, and Jerry Matthews recognizes that.
Stockton with the timeout. 15-10 to go. First half, 9-4. Rowan.
Well, we talked about how these two teams already played twice, and Rowan has won twice. So, again, the debate, Tad, is the NJAC meaningless? It certainly does determine who might be seated higher, one or the other in the NCAAs, but it kind of get a little frustrating for teams to play each other again and again and again.
It's tough to play teams twice, let alone 3 times. 4 times is very tough. And again, that's probably why the crowd is where it is right now. You don't quite have the atmosphere we had when we had the first and second games.
That was standing room only here for game 1. And don't forget, when they first met, they were both unbeaten halfway through the season. Game 2 was at Stockton. They always pack them in down there.
9-4, Rowan with the lead, Stockton with the ball. Props in their man-to-man defense. Turner, tough drive, puts it in. William with his second point of the game.
Now that's the kind of shot Turner's got to take. That time he pump fake, went up strong right away, had a good look.
9-6 Rowan. There's Randall. Stockton really clogging the low post here. Johnson with the jumper. Rebounded by Turner. Here comes Fagan. It's kicked away. It'll still be Stockton ball.
Fagan, one of the many Ospreys who struggled in their first meeting with Rowan. You're going to shoot 28% against anyone, let alone the #2 team in the country. You're not going to win any games.
Still a 9-6 lead for Rowan. Now zone defense for Rowan. This is where you might get some three opportunities here. Inside, now Mole. Fagan off the glass for 2. He now has 4.
And he's looking to score more this time than the first 2 games. He was looking to pass more the first time. This time, he's got the mindset he's going to have to score tonight and score big for his team to win.
1-point game, Rowan with the lead. This is a 3. Kaboom! John Odom now with 5.
The problem Stockton is having is Rowan is shooting very well early on. Their second 3 of the night. Odom stroked 1, Johnson stroked 1. Props shooting well.
13:30 to play, first half. 4-point lead, Rowan. Back to a man-to-man defense. Oh, they had a backdoor. Nobody saw Turner. Burnside for 3. Short. Bouchard picks it up. Johnson goes back inside, and that's knocked down by Mole. Now Fagan a chance to come right back. Kicks it out. Brathwaite for 3. Kaboom!
Stockton is getting their wish. Brathwaite, 2 open shots, and he hits them both. He wasn't hitting them 10 days ago.
Back to a 1-point lead for Rowan. 12-11. Randall. Off the glass. Rebounded Mole. Pretty good move there by Randall, but couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, he had a good look. He just went up with that one-hander. It's an awkward-looking shot, but it's one he's comfortable with. Just left it too strong.
1-point lead, Rowan. Back to a man-to-man defense for Rowan. Fagan drives in too hard off the glass, grabs his own rebound, loses it on the floor. Shot clock at 3. 2. This is going to be an NBA 3 long. Nice job to rebound that by Odom.
Well, I can't blame Brathwaite for going back defensively, but if he followed that shot, he might have got a second chance for Stockton.
12 minutes to play, first half. 1-point lead, Rowan. Rowan very patient and businesslike in this game tonight. Nice play inside to Johnson, and he hits. Johnson with 7 points.
That's what this team has been for nearly the entire season, but Tad, you mentioned it. We noticed it even in warm-ups. This team was just so businesslike, just running their plays, not just shooting around for the heck of it, really focusing, making sure they go over and over again what they need to do.
3-pointer, Brathwaite, kaboom! Brathwaite is on fire. He has 8. 14 all. 11:22 to play, first quarter. Good defensive effort by Burnside. He'll be called for his second foul.
Yeah, he doesn't agree, but Burnside reaching in and a little contact too. So still not a shooting situation for either team. Game is moving along, not too many fouls so far. Both teams, as we said, shooting fairly well.
Mantution for Rowan. Kevin Crawford in the game. Joe Lewis in the game. And Maurice Davis back in the game.
Let's watch that again inside. Brathwaite just open again, and he's got that quick release going tonight. Knocks it down.
Keep an eye on Lewis, number 30 for Rowan. He's almost a 40% 3-point shooter. He has the ball now. And they know about him. They're right in his face. That was Ballo against him. 15 on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Crawford. Big rebound inside. Picking it up is Davis. He misses it. Ball still loose. And it's going to be Stockton ball.
Looks like Davis might have got an incidental poke in the eye there going up for the rebound. You see him right there. He was wiping the head area. Watch it again. It's a smart play right here by Williams. He does have the basket, gets it out, but you saw Davis just reach up. Looked like he got poked in the head.
Still tied at 14. Almost stolen away. Mole, open jumper. No. Rebounded Crawford. See if Rowan wants to run up with it. Here's Lewis. Lewis stepped on the end line.
Now they want to find a way to get Joe Lewis open. We know this guy can. We've seen this guy hit from just about everywhere on this court. And the first game against Stockton, he hit some downright unreal shots.
39% from the 3-point line. He's a junior from Stratford, New Jersey. Still tied at 14. Turner. Inside now, Fagan. Fagan traveled.
Yeah, he doesn't agree, but that was a good call.
He thought he was pushed from behind.
Watch it again now. Obviously, you see the walk. Was there contact? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I think that's the kind of contact you let go in a game like this. And in fact, you let go in almost any game. You got to let him play a little bit.
We're under the 10-minute mark, tied at 14. Kind of a shooting lineup in there for Rowan at the moment. 15 on the shot clock. Lewis. Williams steps in, back out to Lewis. 8 on the shot clock. Long three, hits the rim. Going to be a foul from behind against Crawford for Rowan. That's his first and the team's third.
That's good defense by Stockton. We know Lewis has the freedom to shoot anywhere, and I think he put that one up, though, because the clock was winding down. He's so anxious to get a shot. Here it is again. There you see the hook with the left arm. Good call as the foul goes against Crawford. You saw him just get that left arm in and attack. Kevin Crawford came in the game at Stockton and really played almost the entire second half of the point.
Now we're having some controversy again at the scorer's table.
This isn't ours, I swear. But we'll see if we get another visit from the officials.
Right now the clock says 9:04 to play in the first half. We are tied at 14 here on the TSM network. Tad Kozaneski, Ed Bankin, and the crew with you. Wow, we even have the Prof mascot out here today.
He's doing a little feather pounding, I guess, with the chest.
We have Mickey. He wants to check in with us down on the sidelines while we have a second here. Mick, go ahead.
Thanks, Tad. You know, if you watch this game as it progresses, it's probably a good stoppage of play for Brendan Fagan, because if you talked about it, his ankle extremely injured. In fact, after the last game against William Patterson, although he looked like he played, he wasn't hurt. He was on crutches after the game, and I talked to the coaches. Talk about a tough kid. They said he's one of the toughest players they've ever seen. Tad?
Thank you very much, Mickey, again here on the TSM network. Tied at 14. We're working with the clock. It looks like they're happy with it, Ed, with 9:19 to go in the first half.
You see the Prof mascot here. The Stockton cheerleaders here too. And Tad, this reminder: as soon as the half ends, we're not going to go to break. We're going to get to see the award-winning Stockton cheerleaders. They were in a competition in the state. They had to beat out the likes of Seton Hall. They took first place in the state. That's on any division level.
We've had the opportunity now to see them for the third time, Ed. They are spectacular, to put it mildly.
So a little surprised, Ted. The Rowan cheerleading squad tonight consists of about 5 plus the bird. Wonder where everybody is.
Good question. Maybe they're mailing this one in too. We'll see. Still tied at 14. Here's a 3 for Ballo. Way up for that was Odom. Running back up the floor, Crawford. Look out. Here's Lewis. Lewis rejected by Turner.
Bad decision by Lewis. Prof's got a break there because Crawford fouled the basketball, but they didn't call it. Watch it again, Lewis. See, that's a weak shot right there. He's just trying to float it up, and that's what happens when you go in against William Turner.
Back to the first row. 15 seconds on the shot clock, tied at 14. Spreading the floor here is Rowan. Odom. Shot is short. Big rebound, Davis. Davis misses. Odom picked it up, and he is fouled. Possibly Turner here on the foul.
Here in that one, too. Odom skying between 2 of the taller trees.
That's Ballo. Ed's going to pick up his first and the team's 4th.
That is a tough rebound. Watch him go up right in between 2 defenders. That's a great play by Odom to give the Profs a second chance.
Still tied at 14. Nobody wants the lead here from SB Gym in Glassboro, New Jersey. Rowan and Stockton 3. Will there be Rowan Stockton 4? It could happen.
Love to see it.
Got 8.5 to play here in the first half. Still tied at 14. Crawford. Williams, tough shot. Right there is Davis. Davis up and in. Gets the shooter's roll.
That's a bad break for Stockton because 2 Ospreys are there in position, and Mole just knocked it away from his own teammate. Can't fault them for going up with the ball. Davis takes advantage.
2-point lead, Rowan. Under 8 minutes to play first half. Turner, nice move. One-hander is good. That's his 4th point of the night.
Well, Jerry Matthews has to be encouraged that his team's shooting the ball a lot better. We figured they would. Law of averages says they're not going to shoot 28% every game.
Tied at 16. Rowan hanging with their shooting lineup right now with Davis. Davis to the hoop, no good. Here comes Stockton, a chance to take the lead. Almost bobbled. Brathwaite, a three. It's short. Davis on the rebound.
Not a bad shot, though, even though he missed it. You get Brathwaite open, let him fire it up tonight.
Odom kicks it out. Crawford for three. Kaboom! Kevin Crawford from Haddon Heights, New Jersey, just a sophomore, hits a three. Back to a three-point lead.
Doesn't have to score much, hasn't been called upon to score much, but shows you he can put it up. Played for a great program at Camden Catholic.
Mole swings it out. Mulholland a jumper, no. Going to get a foul underneath against Rowan, possibly Lewis here.
You see that matchup as they check the foul. Crawford right now matched up with Mulholland. Now they're going to be some changes, but those two battled out in the Olympic Conference when Mulholland played for Shawnee.
Fagan's going to come back in the game and beat Deshaun Wolford, a freshman, back in the game. The tallest young man in the floor checks in. Wolford 6'8", 205. Under 7 minutes to go, first half. Profs lead it by 3. Profs holding their man-to-man defense. Fagan against Lewis. Offensive foul. Good job by Lewis. Give Fagan his first foul.
And Lewis backing up their great position. We think of Lewis as a scorer, but watch right here. See, he's backing up. Well, he's moving a little bit to the side, though, Tad. I thought he was backing up Ryan. I don't know about that one.
Back to live action. Crawford called for carrying the ball.
Maybe justice done right there as Stockton gets it back. So, Jerry Matthews, we said it after the second game. He said, I'm just so sick of losing to these guys. And he should know Rowan has been the one roadblock to what could have been a lot of success for Stockton this decade.
But again, offensive foul and a push underneath the basket against Wolford. That is his first foul, the team's 6th.
Wolford started the game at Stockton. We mentioned that. I think they wanted a little more size to match up inside with Davis, but Davis having his way again in the second game, and strong night on the board so far tonight.
About the 6-minute mark to go in the first half. 3-point lead for Rowan. Randall. Spin move to Crawford. Crawford misses. They fight for the rebound. Davis somehow picks it up. He's fouled. Let's see if this is going to be a shooting foul. They say no. So before the shot. This will be a 1-and-1, though, so he will nonetheless go to the line.
And Jonathan Coquines makes the play. He hits it off the glass, and that's why the ball's on the ground like that right there, and Davis is able to get it. But Jonathan Coquines, he knows he's not going to get the rebound, just slaps it off the glass and keeps it alive to send Davis to the line.
Davis is a 75% free throw shooter, averaging 15 points a game. He's shooting right into that Stockton crowd you saw there a minute ago. This is the front end of the 1-and-1. Three-pointer can tie it here for Stockton with 5:45 to play, first half. Turner. And a travel.
Turner playing catch outside with Fallow and just shuffled his foot a little bit. Stockton has to be a little frustrated now at this point. They've shot well. They've defended as well as they could early on. Rowan's hitting some shots, but they've just turned the ball over too many times.
Odom, the senior, back in the game for Rowan. Rowan still leads it by 3. Randall kicks it out. Coquines. Nice drive by Randall from 5 feet. Yes, he has 4.
You shake your head every time you see that shot go up because it's an ugly-looking shot. That little one-hand flip, but he finds a way to get it in, and looks like Jerry Matthews wants a 20.
20-second timeout for Stockton. They trail at 21-16, 5:12 to play here in the first half.
And again, we are hoping to bring this to you live here on TSN. We apologize that we were unable to, but we'd like to thank a lot of people for their hard work and able to put all this together so we can still bring the game to you through the magic of tape delay. Hey, still great to watch, that's for sure. Here it is again. It's a shot that, you know, you just have to be able to shoot all your light to be able to feel in rhythm with it. Randall gets the great fake, you saw that right there, and then just pushes it up with the one hand. Ted, I couldn't throw it in with one hand if you paid me.
That was tough. Great athlete.
You, though, of course, could put it in with two hands a few times, I know, in your days at Paul VI. Good player.
If nobody was in front of me, Ed, that's half the battle. 21-16, Rowan leads at Stockton with the ball. 5 minutes to play here, first half. Ballo almost lost it, picks it back up. Turner, two-pointer. Mull over the back with a foul. For Mull, that's his first, and a 1-1.
Scowl going, you see it right there. He has to be very careful. Came over the back because Maurice Davis had the position. That's why Maurice Davis threw the foul on Mull. Watch it again, see the ball going up? Right there, not a lot, but when you're a defender like Davis and you get excellent position like that, you're going to draw that kind of contact and you're going to get the calls.
Mo Davis back to the free throw line. 2 points tonight for Mo. He missed the front end of the 1-on-1 the last time down. This one he makes. As a team, Rowan shoots about 70%.
And you mentioned that Stockton crowd behind him. He doesn't really get fazed by things like that.
Two for two this time for Davis. 23-16, Rowan. .445 to play, first half. Rowan back in their man-to-man defense. Almost another steal. Crawford's been tough out there. 15 on the shot clock. Fagan sees the shot clock, now at 10. Stretches him way out. 5 on the shot clock. Nice fake. Inside off the glass. Great move, Fagan, who has 6.
That's the star player creating what he has to. Probably picked that up from Coach Paul Rodeo in his days at St. Augustine Prep.
23-18, Rowan. Davis almost shot that. Now Odom will set it up. Crawford, Davis. Davis leans in, and he'll go to the free throw line.
That's a great move by Davis. Going to his left as he starts up with his right. That's how he draws the foul against Mull. Well, Maurice Davis, for a big guy, he's quick off his feet, and he's got a lot of different moves he can throw at you. He's got a lot of agility for a big man, and he showed it off right there.
Davis back to the free throw line. 2 for 3 tonight from the free throw line. Davis now with 5 points.
Here it is again. Watch Fagan on this great move. Look how he keeps, see the left foot doesn't move. Great job, kept his pivot, using the window.
.25-18, Rowan.
Dangerous time of the game for Stockton with under 4 to go in the half because they don't want to get down by double digits here. It gets psychological when you lose to a team twice and you start getting beaten by them again.
Crawford's going to be called for a foul out front. That's the 5th team foul. Into the game for Rowan. B.J. Johnson, he enters back in with 7 points.
Well, Crawford did his job even though he picked up 2 fouls, hit the 3, and again, still in the game, just runs the offense, and Joe Cassidy says, hey, stay in there.
Stockton again trailing at 25-18. Fagan, hands off. Now Brathwaite. He was hot for a while, hasn't taken a shot in a while.
That's largely due to the defense he's been seeing.
Trying to get a backdoor pass. They say it's tipped, still Stockton ball. Bouchard back in. Crawford will take a seat this time for Rowan.
Rowan has methodically built this lead. They've gotten some free throws and they've turned it up defensively.
15 on the shot clock. Turner. Off the glass, Turner with 6.
Well, Turner's got some tough shots in the paint. It looks like he's got to float it up, but he puts it up strong. Doesn't get too many shots blocked in there.
3:12 to play, first half, 5-point lead. Rowan, there's a steal. Here's Ruckart. Brathwaite short on the jumper. Bouchard on the rebound. They've got a 2-on-2. Bouchard kicks it back out for Odom. And Odom hits it. 2-pointer.
Odom, one of the best on the catch and shoot in rhythm for the Profs. Wide open on the wing.
That is a tough shot to make, too. 2:45 to go first half. Now a 7-point lead, Rowan. They're in the zone again. This is where Stockton should be able to get a 3 if they can get it going. Nearly stolen, and it is stolen. Knocked down by Johnson, and Davis picks it up. Odom kicks it out now for Johnson, and they'll set it up. Davis wants that ball inside. Davis battling away with Wolford. Davis somehow got that back. Bouchard inside. Now Davis, 15 on the shot clock. Eight on the shot clock. Odom. Davis, strong move to the hoop. Grabs his own rebound. And he is fouled. And he's going to go back to the free throw line again.
The Ospreys have to do a better job of not allowing Rowan, particularly Maurice Davis, second chances. They've been hitting the offensive glass as Joe Cassidy's club. Bouchard makes that play. The unselfishness again of the props. Makes the last second pass, and Rowan gets a better shot opportunity again.
Fagan picked up his foul. That is his second foul. Back to the free throw line, Davis, who is 4 for 5 from the line. Back into the game, be Jermaine Ballo for Stockton.
He's a player that I think Jerry Matthews wants to, as we get the timeout, some more three-point plays out of. He's a guy who can fill it up and really hasn't been able to do it so far.
1:58 to go here in the first half. It is a 7-point lead for Rowan. They lead at 27-20.
Tad, we've seen some great wars with these teams over the years. They have played 4 times in the season before. One time in the early part of the decade, Rowan actually swept Stockton all 4 times, which is almost hard to fathom when you consider. Let's watch this play again. There's Bouchard. He's driving in. Outside it goes to Odom. The profs, and Bouchard's one of the best at it, finds the better shot selection. And the senior rattles it home.
Let's go down to Mickey down the sidelines.
Thanks, Tanner. I just jumped in the huddle real quick. Listen to Coach Jerry Matthews basically saying Stockton's not banging boxing out on the boards, and the Ospreys really just aren't playing 100%. He needs them to give more effort. He said, give more effort. Back to you, Tad.
Thanks very much, Mickey. And Mickey literally was in the huddle. I watched him there, Ed. It's a great information by Mickey there. And Stockton really does have to step things up as you look at Coach Matthews.
And you heard what Mickey said about what Jerry Matthews was saying. You'd figure in a third crack at Rowan, a championship game, they'd play with a little more passion. And maybe, according to Jerry Matthews, they haven't shown it so far.
They trail it by 7. Davis back to the free throw line. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Rowan now up by 8. 7 points for Davis. This is where if you're Stockton, you like to see Brathwaite get back into the game.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten an open shot because Odom is stuck to him like glue. Props staying with the man-to-man. They played the entire first game.
This is a 3 for Fagan. Yes, Fagan with 9.
And in that man-to-man, Bouchard cheated, so Fagan had that open look for the 3.
5-point lead, Rowan. 1:35 to play first half. Crowd now starting to get into it a little bit. 15 on the shot clock. Randall almost walked. 3-pointer Odom. Long. Nice rebound underneath. Picked up by Mull. Checked out by Wolford.
And now Stockton doing a better job of not allowing Rowan to get a second chance. Stockton patient here now on offense and get a good shot.
1 minute to go. First half. Wolford. Brathwaite now. 15 on the shot clock. Brathwaite. Yes. David now in double digits with 10.
Sweet move by the Atlantic City native. Looked like he was pulling back out, then the quick step beat over to the basket.
3-point lead, Rowan. Jay by Johnson is good. BJ now with 9 points. 1 second difference on the game and shot clock. 30 in the game, 29 on the shot clock. Stockton trailing it by 5 with the ball. Looks like they're going to try to go for a last shot. Brathwaite now with 10 on the shot clock. Fagan. Fagan is fouled.
reaching in against Odom. That's his second. 16 fouls, so still not the 1-and-1.
Not a bad foul by Rowan. And that you mentioned, that's the reason why. First of all, it does give Bouchard a second foul. That's the only downside for the Rowan end, but they had one to give. Didn't want to let Fagan get a chance to create, and now he's going to leave the game.
Eric Cuello comes in. Fagan takes his seat.
You saw right there the reach in, but a good decision by the Profs.
Final 6 seconds. Cuello inside. They're going to run out of time. Now, foul before the buzzer. This is going to be a 1-and-1. Bouchard's going to pick up a foul. So we are going to get some free throws here, Ed.
And Bouchard picks up his third, so double jeopardy for Joe Cassidy right here. Watch it again. There's the bump. I mean, it's a foul. Not a big foul, but one that could be called. And you know, if you're Brian Bouchard, you got to think of that situation.
They're going to switch it up. They're actually going to give that to Johnson, Ed. To the free throw line, William Turner. Turner with 6 points tonight. As a team, they're a 70% free throw shooting team. Turner hits it. He's a 69% free throw shooter.
And again, with no time left on the clock, everyone's cleared out around him. On his own island, you could say.
Turner drains them both, so we go to the half.
The Profs looking for what would be their third straight win against Stockton, and should they do so, they would finally be a team again that would go into the NCAAs with 3 victories over their arch rivals. Now I believe Mickey's ready. Let's try again. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks, Ed. I spoke to Stockton coach Jerry Matthews, said the basic problem is they're turning the ball over too much, and they're not getting the loose boards off the backboard. They need to do that if they want to win the game. Coach too involved in the game. He's too intense. Back to you, Ed.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. And quickly, Randall starts. Can't roll in. Davis's tip is no good, and Stockton has the rebound.
You can see already Rowan goes to their power, Ed. They're big on the ball right now. They missed an easy shot there.
So Stockton in the road, black jerseys working from right to left as we start the second half, and Fagan will pull it out and set the offense. The senior has been courageous on a bad ankle. He'll drive again, trying to take Bouchard. He's blocked inside. Tie-up, possession arrow. Looks like it's going to point the way of Rowan. Now the arrow says Stockton, so let's see if it's a defensive tie-up, however. I believe it would be Rowan ball. Rowan's going to get the ball.
That's a great defensive play by Bouchard. Nothing but balls. He goes straight up. You'll see it again. Watch the top of the ball. Boom. Ties him up. Well done.
19 minutes to go in the second half. Randall outside of Bouchard will swing it.
This is where Rowan has to have Davis take the game over.
They're trying to get it to him, but good defense by the Ospreys. Inside Davis, double team rejected inside by Burnside.
Doing a great job one-on-one coverage. Turner is all over Davis, even though that was blocked by Burnside. Turner's the one that's been really frustrating Davis. You'll catch the tail end of it here. Here comes Burnside, and he'll be the one to whack it away.
Randall on the catch, puts it up. It's an air ball, gets his own rebound, puts it home.
Randall's tough on second and third shots in there. He's been great in the 3 games that these 2 teams have played.
32-27, Rowan on top. Fagan and Bouchard battling all night. Burnside's been quiet so far, and he leaves that one too strong, and the rebound comes to Davis. Odom looking to run for the Profs. He's got the numbers. Bounces one inside. Randall with the catch, the fake, the shot. Too strong, no good. The rebound comes to Fagan, loses it, makes a great save over to Brathwaite.
That's a great presence of mind by Fagan. Otherwise, he was heading for traveling.
Turner's been the man inside, partially blocked, but a foul call to Randall. Looked like he took a pop in the teeth.
You can see that Turner wears a mouthpiece. Boy, he really got whacked hard there.
Turner, good sportsmanship going over to check on him. You know, these guys, they battled so many times. A lot of these guys know each other. It is a rivalry. It's an intense rivalry, but certainly a respectful rivalry.
Looks like his teeth are still intact.
That'd be a good thing. So free throws upcoming now for Stockton as Turner will go to the charity stripe. On the year, he is a 69% free throw shooter. He is 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight. Make it 3 for 3 as he rolls the first free throw in.
Still playing with the teeth.
You get banged around in the choppers there. Want to just make sure that the bicuspids and the molars are all where they should be.
You can see Turner there does wear a mouthpiece. Looks like he's the only one on the floor that does wear a mouthpiece.
32-29. This game was close in their first meeting. Very close, as a matter of fact. Second meeting was pretty much all Rowan. They controlled the entire second half.
Now it looks like Rowan has to switch defensively. Moles on Davis.
Inside, Davis puts it up too short, gets his own rebound away from his own teammate, leaves it too strong. Johnson tips it home.
Great follow by Johnson, but I think when Rowan sees that Mole is on Davis, they are going to go to Davis. Turner seems to be able to neutralize him, but Mole really struggles defensively against him.
A 5-point lead for Rowan. They keep answering every shot by Stockton. Fagan's got a man wide open. Turner puts it home.
That's what happens when two players double team and nobody picked up the weak side player.
34th, and Rowan stretching their lead to 5. Stockton cuts it to 3 again.
And again, Ed Mole is playing against Davis, so he should be able to get open.
Odom inside to Randall, triple teamed outside Odom, swings it. Bouchard fires for 3, that's too strong. Davis tips the rebound, gets it to Johnson. He fires for 3, that's too strong. Davis tips it, Odom is crashed into by Fagan and a foul call.
Both players went for the ball. You just see Odom there. Odom took the brunt of that as Fagan ran squarely into him.
I'm actually going to say Burnside gets the foul. Here it is again.
Jeez.
Well, it looked more like, even though it was incidental, the foul should have been on Fagan, but they'll catch Burnside with his 3rd. Well, this is getting to be a real physical war here in the second half. Got teeth looking for, and you got bodies flying all over the court. Now they'll settle down again, and Rowan will run the offense. 16:33 to go in the second.
Stockton puts Brathwaite on the bench. Looks like they want to go with the bigger lineup here, sensing the inside game.
I think those 2 offensive rebounds by Rowan had something to do with it. Johnson misses the 3, and the rebound comes to Turner.
And that's the reason why, Ed, there. They picked up a rebound a little easier that time.
Stockton can tie it with a 3. That's why Ballow's in there, and a grabbing foul against Odom. That'll be Rajon Odom's 2nd personal foul.
So the foul's starting to pile up for a couple players here. If you look at it here again, you can see Odom just reach in quickly, and he'll get the foul.
Saw right there on the pump fake by Ballo, just came across with the arm and hacked him. Turner inside, triple teamed, off the window and in.
I really like Turner, Ed. He's a guy I think that can really get this team back in the game.
Right back comes Rowan, 34-33, they lead by 1, ball is loose, Odom outside. Good defense by Ballo on the Prox will swing it. This is the kind of start to the second half that Stockton wanted. Good pass by Odom into Randall, easy 2.
Randall has really stepped up his game here in the second half. Nice power move to the basket.
Another unselfish pass. 36-33 Rowan. Ballo has it stripped away by Randall nicely, and the Prox will take it over. Odom inside, ball popped up in the air. Fagan tips it out of bounds. Rowan ball.
I think the way this game is going right now, Stockton will take it. They just want to be in as this game gets to the 4-minute mark in this second half. They only trail it by 3 at the moment.
Bounce pass inside, and a grabbing foul called against Stockton inside. The foul will go against Jermaine Ballo. He picks up his 2nd personal foul, non-shooting foul. 36-33, Rowan. Odom for 3, that's good.
Nice set play on the inbound there, and Odom was too wide open.
Senior coming, got 10 points. Ballo on the drive, leaves it too short. battle for the rebound. Good job by Stockton for Burnside to get it out of bounds. It goes. And the ball belongs to the Ospreys.
Bouchard is really pesky. He came in there and took that one away, and the three-point specialist Ed back in the game.
Has not gotten much of a chance to shoot the three so far. Took one three-pointer and he missed it. Fagan leaves it too short. Good defense by the Profs, and Lewis has it. Lewis looking up. Instead of wait, get it to Johnson. Nice move by Johnson. Puts it up. No good. Battle for the rebound. Davis had it. Mo knocked it away. Here comes Burnside for Stockton. Watched by Lewis, and a hand check foul against Lewis.
Good call by the official. He was right on top of that.
Officials have done a pretty good job tonight in this game.
Really have. All three officials.
So it is a 6-point lead for Rowan, 39-33, and David Brathwaite will return to the game for Stockton. Fagan has not been able to really get on track except for the one shot here in the second half. Turner, Brathwaite. Ballo fires for three. Around the rim, no good. Tough luck on that shot, and Johnson takes it. Up it goes to Lewis. Thought about putting one up, instead he'll swing it.
They had a good look at the three there, Ed, just couldn't drain it.
Off the foot of Davis, he dribbles it out of bounds. It's Stockton ball.
And it's interesting, too. Stockton has really been concerned to the play by Randall. Initially, Turner's been playing Davis. He switched and played Randall, so they're trying to get Davis back in the game. As you look at this again, it just goes right off his foot.
So a rare Rowan turnover so far tonight. They've done a good job of protecting the basketball. 13:40 to go in the second half of the NJAC championship. Mole now takes the short jumper at the top, leaves it too strong. Johnson's got the rebound.
That's not the shot Stockton wanted there.
Outside. Lewis fires for three. Brathwaite does a nice job to chase the rebound down. He'll run for Stockton. Brathwaite thought about putting one up himself. Now looks for Turner. Ballo outside. Off the foot of Johnson, they'll reset the clock.
The other end down to four. Brathwaite did a great job, Ed, to get into the face of Lewis to make that a tough three-point attempt.
Substitutions now as Beat Tuskegee and Wolford return to the game for Stockton. Kevin Crawford and Terrence Williams check into the game for the Profs. Fagan, strong drive outside. Ballo fires for three. That's good.
Well, the threes are what's going to keep him in the game, and it does it here again for Stockton.
The first points for a player other than Fagan, Brathwaite, or Turner. Randall, nobody helped out in the double team. He's got an easy two.
He's been the difference thus far. He's been going strong to the hoop here, Ed, in the second half.
Big-time effort by that man, John Randall, the senior from Woodrow Wilson High School. Wolford's shot is no good. Pross leading 41-36, and Crawford will run it up. Bounce pass inside off the hands of Williams. Stockton takes it away.
And Rowan has a more guard-oriented lineup in here right now. A lot of small, quick players. They're going to look to run when they get the chance.
Brathwaite inside off Wolford, out of bounds. Rowan ball.
Shame, too, because that was a good look inside. They almost had it.
Jonathan Coquinez returns to the game for the Profs. Watch it again.
They've got him right there. He's open. He could probably be going for a dunk, but just didn't see it coming.
Lewis drive rejected inside by Wolford. Joe Lewis had better think about staying on the perimeter.
The freshman from Trenton just reached out and whacked it. Didn't even have to jump too high.
Lewis has been faced twice in this game so far, driving inside. In emphatic style, we might add. 12 minutes to go in the second half. Turnaround blocked. Oh, Wolford comes in and blocks two very quickly. That's the defensive presence Sherry Matthews wants.
Well, when you're 6'8", the tallest guy on the floor, you're going to get some blocks. Here it is again in the instant replay. Great identification here. All ball.
Just 10 seconds on the shot clock for Rowan. Here goes Randall again. Spins, fires, and misses wildly that time. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. Stockton takes over.
Randall very creative on that spin move and going to the hoop. Even though he didn't get the basket there, he's a real tough player when he gets into that spin.
41-36, Rowan. Balla will drive to the basket. Strong move, puts it home.
That's a great job by Balla because there is room up the middle of the floor with a lot of the Rowan big guys taking a break.
21-38 Rowan. Johnson on the feet for Coquinez. Drives, puts it up, leaves it short. The rebound goes to Wolford.
Nice effort by Johnson, just couldn't finish it off.
Again, Stockton can tie it with a 3. They've been as close as 1 this half.
Looks like they're clearing out the floor here, Ed.
Fagan runs into a wall of gold and will feed outside to Balla. Forces the jumper. That's an air ball. Rebound by Turner, knocked away by Crawford. Crawford looking to run. He's got the numbers. Outside. Lewis had the 3, but a feed inside. Off the hands of Johnson. Stockton takes over.
Last time down the floor, they ran a clear out for Fagan, trying to get him one-on-one. Everyone went to the other side of the floor, but good effort by Rowan there in the help defense to shut that down.
10:36 to go. Again, Stockton can tie with a tray. Fagan saw Mole running towards the sideline. Check in, almost passed it to him. Brathwaite for 3, leaves it short. Turner skies, but he can't get it this time, and the Profs look to run. Lewis 2-on-2. Outside, Coquinez fires for 3. That's good. And now we get a whistle, and Joe Cassidy will take a 20-second timeout. So Jonathan Coquinez with a big spark on the bench. Rowan leading 44-38.
As the Rowan crowd starts to get into it a little bit here. That's a big 3 because you could almost sense Stockton was starting to crawl back in this game. But the big 3 by Coquinez there. Really
They're the Stockton faithful. I think our own Mickey V might be busy now. I don't know if they're going to paint his face or put an S on his shirt or anything like that. That's a dangerous bunch up there.
This is where Stockton has to get themselves mentally back in the game. Even though Rowan called the timeout, I think it's a good timeout for Stockton as well, Ed, to try and regroup.
Well, for a quieter atmosphere, they should all know it. But their team trails by 6. We are at Rowan, in case you're just joining us, but Stockton fans here again. Mallow outside, watched by Coquinez. Turner up top to Brathwaite. 9:45 to go in the second. 6 on the shot clock. Brathwaite has to get up a shot, pumps it up, and kick at the roll. Good rebound by Mole. He's pushed.
Looked like Davis poked him from underneath. Good effort by Mole to get under and grab that rebound.
Davis picks up his first personal foul. That's the team's 3rd.
And if you can get this far in the game and Davis only has 1 foul, you're in good shape if you're Rowan.
The clock, of course, resets on the foul, so 9.5 to go in the second half. 44-38 Stockton. Turner, strong drive, scoops it up. No good, offensive foul called against Turner.
Turner's still a real nice move. The basket will not down. You can see Turner doesn't like it. A real nice aggressive move. He goes to the hoop. Great identification on the defense there to take the offensive foul.
And now substitution for Stockton. Burnside returns. Balla will exit. Ryan Mulholland will also enter the game now for Stockton.
You're at that phase in the game right now, Ed, where you really can sense that Rowan might open this game up right here.
Stockton again got as close as 1, but now it's a 6-point lead for Rowan. Odom fires for 3. That's short. Mulholland with a strong rebound amongst the taller trees.
They were trying to set something up underneath Davis, though. They did a good job of shutting him down.
One other note, the top seed in the Mid-Atlantic region is scheduled to host the NCAA Division III first 2 rounds until you get to the Final Four, which is in Salem, Virginia. So the winner of this game could have some home cooking going to the playoffs. Holland outside to Brathwaite with 5 on the clock, out of bounds, Rowan ball.
Stockton real sloppy here the last few times down the floor. Really have to work to make a better pass on offense. There's a bad pass.
That is a bad pass, but it's off the hands of Burnside. So Rowan maintains possession. Offenses have slowed down here a little bit. Coquinez hit the big 3 to stretch Rowan's lead, but it's stripped nicely by Burnside. He lost it out of bounds. It's Rowan ball.
Nice steal by Burnside. Unfortunately, just couldn't handle the ball. Now Fagan's going to check back in. Look for Fagan to really take over the offense here and trying to get Stockton back on gear when they have the ball. There you see Fagan.
8:10 to go in the second half. And whistle on a hand check foul. I believe this will go against Turner. It will. William Turner picks up his 3rd personal.
Turner's in there battling away with Randall and with Davis. He got caught up with Randall there.
So that is his 3rd personal foul. That's the team sport. Both teams now with 14 fouls with 8 minutes to go. Coquinez lost that off his foot, but he got it back and fed Crawford. Now Rowan will spread things out. Stockton in the man-to-man. Quick feed inside. Randall able to gather, turn, and not get the roll. Davis with a strong rebound inside, out of bounds. Still Rowan ball, fresh 35.
Stockton's done a good job after Davis grabs a rebound, excuse me, of grabbing the ball while he puts it back down on the floor. If he keeps that back up over his head, Ed, he's going to be tough to stop.
Coquinez hands to Odom. 7.5 to go, and the Profs will run the show once again. When Rowan built their lead at Stockton, they played stall ball over the final 5 minutes. They were able to run some clock, and now traveling called against Randall.
Being real patient again, looking for either Randall or Davis underneath. And then the turnover.
Joe Cassidy just yelled at Randall, catch it and shoot it. Don't put it on the floor. And Joe Cassidy knows what he's doing. Both these coaches with tremendous winning records. And Ray Matthews, you see him there trying to end his frustration against Rowan. Fagan, who hasn't really been able to get on track in the second half. We mentioned he had a strong first half. Now he'll take the feed, driving down the paint. Tough shot, can't get the roll. Mo with the rebound, goes up strong, puts it up and in.
It's not pretty, but Mole gets the job done there. They needed that bucket desperately.
44-40, Rowan. Profs have led for the entire game except when it was 2-0. That's the first points of the night for Mole.
They are really battling away at the low post.
It's crunch time. We're getting there. Crawford for 3 again. Can't get the shot to fall. The high heel of the rim. Rebound. And a foul called against Rowan. This might be against Maurice Davis. It is. And that's Mo's second.
Still a bit of frustration for Davis there as he's battling away with Mull and Turner underneath. Here it is again. But right there's where they get the foul.
It's twice now. Davis has been beaten one-on-one underneath. He's not used to that. Knocked away by Crawford. Diving for it, and he goes to the floor. Turner almost tripped over him. But because it was knocked away, Stockton can take it across the line. But they have 15 on the clock. Fagan charging down the paint, fires the jumper. That's good.
Really had a feeling when Fagan came in, coach said, look, we need some offensive power, penetrate to the hoop, make something happen.
When you saw that look after the basket, he is battling it out tonight. A courageous effort by Fagan. And now Mo will get called for the fouls. He grabs Davis, a non-shooting foul. That'll be the 15th foul for Stockton.
Stockton's doing a good job of stopping the entry-level pass because when Davis gets the ball, he is very, very tough. Here it is again. You see the foul reaching in right there.
Actually, even though it was his 3rd foul, I think a good one by Mo because Davis has a clear path to the basket. Now they have trouble with the inbound. They'll feed Randall. Outside to Odom. Johnson. Now the Profs will pull it out. Odom gave it the dribble, but found Johnson. Hooks one inside to Randall. Johnson fires for three. That's good.
Great game plan by Rowan. Get it in the blocks, either Randall or Davis. If you're double team, kick it out to the guards. If they keep hitting the three-pointers, it could be over.
14 for Johnson. It's a different prop on every big shot. 47-42.
We're in a zone trap here, Ed. It's causing a little bit of passing problems for Stockton.
Again, Rowan with a little switch off in the middle of the game. And now Crawford will go to the bench. And the Profs go a little deeper into their bench as Jason Gross will get his first appearance of the night. (47-42) Rowan. We've got 5 minutes left.
Let's see how they like to attack the zone defense. This is again where you have a chance for some threes here if you can set it up correctly.
Brathwaite, a long three with a second on the clock. Mo with the tip. Rebound comes to Davis, and he whacks it down. So now Rowan running, looking to stretch their lead. Possessions getting bigger and bigger. Joe Cassidy says spread it out. Now we saw Rowan do this at Stockton. They'll slow the tempo. Rose tried to force feed one to Davis. The foul called against Mole over the back of Davis. And John Mole has picked up his fourth foul.
And they're battling away in the low post. You see Turner there. He's guarding Randall. And an interesting decision coming up for Jerry Matthews with 4:22 to play. And he answers it as he sends Mole to the bench. So now somebody should be open at either Davis or Randall should be open in the low post.
Odom, the fresh shot clock.
Randall right now is being guarded by Bell. Let's keep an eye on Randall here.
Here goes Randall. Hook shot is good.
That's your game right there. When Mole comes out, they don't have anybody who can stop Randall. Turner does a good job when he's in there, but he's playing Davis.
12 for Randall. 49-42 Profs. Outside, Ballo for three. That's too strong, and the rebound comes to Gross. Nobody underneath for Stockton. Gross, double team. Good play by Fagan. Johnson's got it. And now we get a whistle and a timeout taken by Rowan with 3:39 to go in the second half. 49-42 Profs closing in on what could be another NJAC championship.
Rowan crowd starting to get into it here. You see the Stockton cheerleaders. Coach Cassidy here telling his team to settle down, keep it in the blocks in the low post.
Well, again, we talked about it. The atmosphere is still festive, but maybe not as festive as in some of the other games. I think, again, it's just the third time they play over and over again, and it can get a little repetitive. So we are just about ready. I believe Mickey V is almost all set to go. Mickey is amongst the faithful for Stockton. Let's go up to Mickey V and hear what he's got to say.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Ed. I'm here with members of Alpha Chi Rho. I've been hearing you guys chant throughout the game, "We want Larry, we want Larry." What's that all about?
You know about Larry. He hasn't been playing. Larry hasn't been around. He's asking right here. You want to talk to this guy? Old. Larry's old. Hurry up.
You guys been chanting, "We want Larry." What's that all about?
Huh? Because we know Larry's like a little older guy because, he's like 30-some years old. And we knew we can get in his head. And we did. If you notice, he hasn't played in this game at all.
What do you think of your ospreys out here?
How about a beer? How about a beer?
All right, Mickey. Mickey ready for some liquid refreshment, I think, with those fans. Randall gets a second chance, puts it home.
They got to get Mole back in the game, Ed. Either Randall or Davis is going to be open. Right now, Turner's on Davis, so Randall's eating him up alive.
9-point lead for the Profs. Fagan a long three. That's good. The senior guts it out and hits the big shot. 14 for Fagan.
You can see how they're spreading the floor, Ed. It's a 4 to score here. Trying to run some clock, but if they get to a pass and a layup, they'll go for it.
51-45, Rowan. Stockton can be patient here. If you want to look at it from a three-point perspective, it's a two-possession game. And a foul call against Odom. I think he'll catch, looks like Burnside with his fourth.
Burnside, his fourth.
Glad to see Mickey V made it back safely. He had an adventure up there with some of the rowdy fans. I like to see that school spirit.
They're into it, as you see the foul there. I mean, they are been as vocal as any group we've seen in these three matchups.
Bouchard enters, Gross exits, gets a hand. That is the 17th foul for Stockton. So Odom to the free throw line. He has not been to the line tonight. He is a 72% shooter. And he rolls the first one home. Boy, Tad, we've seen in the first two games, Odom, especially the senior, and the rest of his teammates, they just seem to make the free throws, the necessary shots, the big shots in crunch time.
The good teams do the little things, Ed, and that's what this Rowan team does.
But this time the second free throw's no good. Turner throws to Fagan. He almost lost it. See, they try and find a way to get to Fagan. He's open again. Johnson comes in, outside to Ballo. Burnside on the floor, triple team, outside. Fagan's got to look it for three. He's got it.
Well, if you're Rowan, as the timeout is called by Stockton, if you're Rowan, Ed, the one guy you don't want to let get open is Fagan. He had a ton of time to think about that one.
He is trying to bring his team back. Well, we got a collision of the cheerleading teams at the center court here. Got the Profs and the Ospreys. Who's going?
Here it is again, Ed, underneath. Now look how wide open he is. The referee's the closest one to him. He can hit that all night.
What an effort by Fagan. We mentioned that there are very few seniors on this team. Brendan, we actually said it was a senior, actually a junior. And the crowd getting into it. Let's go back to the sideline now and hear from Mickey V. Go ahead, Mickey.
Thanks. I don't know if you can hear me with this crowd yelling right now. Heard Coach Matthews basically saying, box out, make sure you box out, get to those loose balls. You know, I keep watching them out there. I'm having flashbacks to the Cape Atlantic League because, you know, Ed, I know they like to say that Rowan arithmetic. I had Glassboro arithmetic. 4 out of 5 players, starters on the Ospreys, all represent the Cape Atlantic. That's 80% of the team they're counting on right now. Back to you.
All right, Mickey. We have the same Glassboro State arithmetic, as do the Stockton as opposed to Richard Stockton graduates. Now a foul called against Stockton. Ospreys fans can't believe it. Davis, well, he's been whacked times tonight.
Fagan's going to pick up that foul there, too. He felt that. That's only the third. And as I look at the floor out now, Ed, they have Wolford back in the game.
And probably in there to box out Davis.
Turner in. They're still going to let Mole sit on the bench in case it gets close at the end as we look at it again. And here's your foul right there.
He got mostly ball, then he got the arm at the end. Davis 5 for 7 for the free throw line tonight. Make it 6 for 8. You get the feeling it's going to be Fagan if it's going to be Stockton to win this game.
Substitution for Stockton, number 30, Jermaine Dallow.
Well, now, interestingly enough, they take Wolford out. So, again, the Profs are going to have a little bit of advantage when they get the ball back, but they substitute there for offense because they know they'll get the ball back after this shot.
Second free throw is no good. Here comes Fagan. 53-48, Rowan. 2:08 to go in the second half. Burnside was open for 3, but didn't take it.
You still don't have to take a 3 here, Ed. You still have plenty of time in this game.
1:55. Brathwaite would love to get one off, but instead feeds Ballo. Turnaround jumper is too strong. Rebound tipped outside, out of bounds. And the ball belongs to Stockton. And that time Ballo, if he looked, had Fagan open.
Fagan's fighting to get open, but you can see Rowan knows that's the guy they have to shut down now, and Crawford's all over him. Here it is again, clearly knocked out by Rowan.
Time-wise, we've been at nearly an hour and a half here as the clock winds down. Feed inside, knocked away by Rowan. Johnson to Randall. The Profs take over. 1:34 to go. Crawford, nice dribbling, and he's fouled. Fagan had to foul him, and that is Brendan Fagan's fourth.
Well, they went for the double team in the steal. Just not able to get it, though.
So Fagan picks up his fourth personal foul. And he's going to have to be careful, because if Stockton wants to stop the clock, they will try and avoid having Fagan commit the foul.
They're going to put Davis on the bench right now with the 5-point lead.
Crawford's turned out the charity stripe is not going line tonight. He's a 72% shooter on the season. Misses it short, but it's tipped out. Fagan racing for what an effort by Fagan. Outside, Brathwaite for three. No good. Ballo tips it out, but it goes in the hands of Bouchard. 1:15 to go.
Got to foul somebody now if you're Stockton.
With Crawford and Bouchard, the Profs have better ball handlers. That's why they made the move. Inside, Randall, slam dunk.
Nobody fouled, Ed. They went for the double team, and Randall with an exclamation point puts the crowd in their feet.
A minute, 2 to go, and here it is again. Slam cam.
Right into your living room, folks. Not a defender within 10 feet. Making it look easy.
And the Rowan fans now clearly making the noise.
Well, now if you're Stockton, Ed, it's time to think about a three, get the ball back, and maybe a foul.
So the Profs leading 55-48 with 1:02 to go. They'll have to try and get the three now. So Rowan, 1:02 away from taking the title once again. It's become an annual tradition for the Profs. Won their first NJAC championship in 1993 in this decade under this current group. 80s were dominated by the College of New Jersey and also by the artist formerly known as Trenton State. Outside, Burnside takes the three. He leaves it too strong. Rebound, Crawford. 43 seconds to go.
Keep away versus a foul here, Ed.
Profs content to run some clock. Bouchard gives up the dribble. He's hammered by Turner. And that, I believe, is Turner's fourth.
Stockton needed a bucket that last time down the floor, Ed. Trailing it now 55-48. We're in the double bonus, so he'll get 2 foul shots here. Stockton is just about out of miracles in this one.
Crawford's 0 for 1 tonight from the line. Misses the free throw. They, again, since the 10th team foul, it's a bonus situation, so Rowan gets 2 from here on in. Well, door's still open for Stockton off that miss, but time the ally of the Profs.
Ooh.
Second free throw is no good, but Stockton's got to hurry and stolen right back by Crawford. He is fouled again, and that could do it. Ballo with the foul.
Great presence of mind by the sophomore there, Ed. A lot of underclassmen would have hung their head after missing 2. Came in, got this chance to ice it from the line. Here it is again. Nice rebound by Turner, but he just doesn't see Crawford.
This time Crawford makes it. Well, they played once, they had the rematch, and tonight in the 3-match, Rowan looking to make it 3 in a row. Crawford misses the second free throw. Not a good night at the line for Crawford. It's a 56-48 game. Burnside loses it, knocked away by Odom. Ball loose on the floor.
Whoa.
Almost through the legs of Brathwaite. He's going to have to hurry and try and put up a 3. Instead beats Turner for the easy 2 with 15 seconds left. Still a 2-possession game. If Stockton can get the ball, they almost did. Ball loose on the floor. And let's see, a foul called against Stockton. Oh, no, now a timeout called, correction. Timeout taken with 11 seconds left. Still a 2-possession game. But we will take a quick break. We'll be back for the frantic finish at Rowan. They're on the edge of the bleachers here at Rowan. The Profs 11 seconds away from what they hope will be another NJAC championship. Stockton has to wonder, what do they have to do to beat this team? Randall needs help, finds Davis, and he's fouled. So Davis is fouled with 10 seconds left. He'll go to the free throw line. So Davis heading over to the charity stripe. In the meantime, we're just about ready to get Mickey V on the sideline with the score 56-50 in favor of Rowan. Let's go down to the sideline now and hear from Mickey V.
Thanks, Adam. And overhearing in the huddle over there, Jerry Matthews essentially saying need to now foul immediately. Got to kick it out for that 3. At this point, just 10 seconds in the game. They can just hope for that miracle. Back to you.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. That's what it is now. I think one free throw here would seal it for Rowan. And Davis switch home. He is 7 for 10 from the free throw line tonight. And the Profs fans get ready to celebrate another NJAC title. Second one is good. 58-50 Rowan, just 10 seconds left. Burnside will rush it up. 5. Mulholland takes the 2. That's short. Won't matter. 3, 2, 1. And the Rowan Profs are conference champions again.
The Rowan University men's basketball team, the 1999 New Jersey Athletic Conference champion. Please stick around for the awards presentation.
Teams shake hands, but the flag of the brown and gold flies again. Another victory in the trophy case for Rowan, but boy, you got to feel for Stockton. They gave it a gutty effort, but they can't find the answers against the Profs.
A little bit too much inside for Rowan tonight. They didn't have anybody defensively that could match up against the combination of Randall in with Davis, who did a great job underneath. And then when they were double teamed, Ed, Rowan did a great job to kick it out to get some good outside shooting.
A courageous effort, too, by Brendan Fagan, but to no avail. He played his heart out on a bad ankle, but the Profs had all the answers once again. The final score, Rowan 58, Stockton 50. Well, they're celebrating here at Rowan. They pick up the trophy, they pick up the championship shirts, and the Profs can get the scissors out, Dad. You know what time it is when you win a conference championship.
Got to cut down the nets, bring home a souvenir, and that's something that's becoming a regular thing for these Profs as you look at some of their starters. And on Stockton, the other hand, there you see Fagan, and a senior here, Ed. He may have played his last game against these Rowan Profs, but they still may have another.
Well, that's the thing that Stockton has to hope, in that they will get one more chance if they play one more time. It could happen. In fact, a lot of people believe it will happen in the NJAC tournament. Rowan wins, but in the NCAA tournament, they can play one more time. Although now, Tad, I think 25-1 and winning your conference championship, I think people want to go see the NCAA Division III regionals. It's going to be here.
Yeah, that's pretty much almost a locked-in deal at this point. And we'll correct that on Fagan, and he is just a junior, so he will have one more year left according to our book. Great shot there. You know, we talked about how this has become an annual tradition here, but it seems like the players just never get tired of it, do they? Tell you what, it was a program with a lot of tradition here at Rowan. The coaching staff has done a great job of bringing in players, and the players have done a great job of performing on the court. Rowan played for a national championship in the mid-'70s. Greg Ackles, who would later become their head coach, was on that team. The Profs struggled a little bit during the 80s, made the playoffs a couple times, but never had something like this. And here we go. A few emphasizing swishes before they cut it down. What you get to do here, Ed, is you take a little piece of the net home for yourself and cut an inch or two off, put it in your pocket, go put it in your dorm room. Brian Bouchard there. Profs would like to think they have 2 more net cutting ceremonies to go. But one step at a time for this team. And Stockton better not put away the scissors just yet, because they're a team that still could be dangerous. We always see how tough it is to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. How about 4 times in 1 year? Boy, I couldn't even name a sport where you have to play a team 4 times in 1 year. This is one of those rare occasions. And once in a while, I mean, the Big East,
One year, Villanova lost to Georgetown twice in the regular season. Didn't play them in the Big East tournament, but of course we know what happened when they played them in the NCAA championship.
That was a win, of course, for Villanova. And this is just a chance right now for Rowan to savor the season to this point. But as you mentioned, Ed, they still have a lot of work to do.
And we talked about before, even though there's still higher goals for this team to achieve, they're savoring the moment. The NJAC, we know, is as good a conference as there is anywhere in Division III.
And you can tell that by just in the seedings that they have in the North Atlantic region. I believe we had 3 of the top 4 were from the NJAC.
And you get that to take home, too.
I wonder who gets to take that to the dorm room.
That's going somewhere in an already crowded. The Stockton players have now left the court. Sometimes you want to watch, sometimes you don't want to watch.
As they continue to cut down the net here at SB Gym. An exciting night here for Rowan as the tradition continues. And again, if you're Stockton, you still, again, you have a shot. As it looks like they'll get a bid and they'll get an effort. It's just sooner or later, unfortunately, they're going to have to end up coming back to this gym.
Coach Cassidy, boy, he's volunteering. He wanted to see if we can get him now before they cut the nets down. Of course, they're going to NCAA rules. There's a bit of a cooling off period, but I believe we might be able to get Coach Cassidy sooner than later. And
and we can't thank enough the administration here, Ed, who's done a great job with us here at Rowan University of setting us up.
Especially, of course, last minute. Cheers going for the seniors now.
There's one net down.
And again, we'll see if Mickey V appears to be ready to get Joe Cassidy. We'll see if we can maybe get someone to break away and get him. But we'll, meanwhile, keep looking at what's going on here in the ceremony. The net's gone.
That does look odd up there.
And I believe we are just about ready for Coach Cassidy. Let's see. And he is just getting settled in now. Mickey V is down with Coach Cassidy. Are we ready to go? Yes, we are. Let's take it, Mickey V. Let's hear from winning coach Joe Cassidy.
Thanks, Ed. And winning coach Joe Cassidy talk about it. They always say you can't. It's hard, almost impossible to beat a team 3 times. You did it. You knew it wasn't going to be easy.
No, they're never easy. I mean, it's very, very difficult to beat a team that plays that hard, is that well coached, and has that many tough kids. I mean, they just made it some really tough plays. Turner and Fagan in that second half. I mean, every time I thought we had a position to take control of the game, one of them would do something, would step up big, make a shot. Fagan hit those 2 ridiculously big threes. We just couldn't put them away, and that's what you kind of expect. I mean, us and Stockton have had some great games over the years, and this is just another one of them. It's just, we're so familiar with each other. We scout each other so much. The guys know each other so well. It's just really difficult for either team to run their offenses, and it results in kind of a low-scoring and almost at times sloppily-looking played game. But, I mean, both teams just played really hard, and we just, we're fortunate enough to come out a few points ahead again tonight. But it's very difficult to beat any team 3 times, but it's really difficult to beat a quality team, and they are certainly a quality team.
We know you have loftier goals heading to the NCAAs right now. Good chance you might host a couple games right here. But talk about how important it was to win this game against Stockton for confidence or whatever it was heading towards the NCAAs.
Well, our program has always been about bigger things than the NJAC, or at least in recent years. And when we talk, beginning of the year, we're talking about Final Fours and NCAA tournament, things like that. But obviously, I mean, this is a huge game. It's a conference title. We made the analogy that throughout the year, I think, and this is what we talked to the guys about last week with the Patterson game. The regular season's a marathon. You play 24 games that spread out over 4 months. It's like a marathon, and we won the marathon by finishing the regular season 23-1. Now you turn around, and the way the conference is set up with the conference players, this is a sprint. So we showed everybody we're the best team over the long run. Now, we're the marathon champs. Now we got to turn around and have a 100-yard dash championship, and that's in fact what it was this week. 2 50-yard dashes, one against Jersey City, one against Stockton. So now we're the marathon champ, we're the sprint champ. So now we move on to the NCAAs, and like I said, that's been our goal from the beginning, and hopefully, it's always our goal here at this program that, we will be nationally competitive, and now we have an opportunity to host probably right through the regions if we continue to win and, take advantage of our home court, take advantage of our support here, and, we just got to take care of business when we get to the tournament. But, it's great to win the conference regular season. It's also great to win the tournament. It seems, like I said, one's a marathon, one's a sprint. We won them both.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Thanks for stopping by. Ed, back to you.
All right, Mickey, we're going to get set to wind things down here. We're going to wrap it up. Festive night here at Rowan. Tad, some final thoughts? I know these two teams can meet again, but Rowan just seems to have the answers.
Rowan has it both outside and inside. They have the great play for Rajon Odom, the senior from the outside, when he needs some outside shooting. When they go inside, Davis, in combination with Randall, did an absolutely outstanding job underneath. And Stockton doesn't have anybody who can match up one-on-one defensively with them. So that's the biggest advantage of the game that Rowan has, I think, is in that low post with those two players.
And again, we talk about tradition. We see it with this team. Stockton certainly has a great tradition too, but Rowan's had the upper hand in this. And not only do they prove it again against Stockton, but they just find a way to win. And they're as good a bet as anyone in the regions coming up.
And you can see as the banners up here in the gymnasium. And as you look at this Stockton roster, Ed, I don't see a senior on this roster. So they're going to be back. This is a team again, and their season isn't over right now. They still have a shot in the tournament to do something. So this is a Stockton team we're going to see around for a few years to come.
Well, we're going to wrap things up here. And again, we'd like to thank everybody. A last minute to put everything together, both here at Rowan and with our crew here at TSM. A lot of people, including our director, Brian Mitchnock, working a little overtime tonight to bring you this great conference championship game.